Coach, simply this win must feel extraordinarily good.
It does. I mean, it was obviously needed. But the thing I like about it is, you can get fragile in sports, and especially pro sports, right? And things haven't been going our way lately. And in that fourth quarter, I think Colorado took another lead. There was opportunity for us to go, oh man, not again. And I like how they stayed present, they focused on what was in front of them, and you got guys like Simmer like delivering at big times, Johnny Piatelli, coming up big as well. So it was good. It was well earned, and it was nice because there is a bit of fragility when you're losing leads, your momentum's leaving in the fourth quarter. So the ability to continue to play and compete hard, it was nice.
So that actually does kind of lead into the question I was going to ask you, which is watching that Colorado game as they were coming back and took the lead. When you were on camera, you could see that, at least from the exterior, you didn't seem phased or frustrated.
In this one, you mean?
The last game.
Oh, in Colorado. Okay.
As a coach, obviously you are the figurehead of the team, but how do you manage to stay composed when things, especially over the course of a season, aren't going that way?
It's difficult. Sometimes you have to fake it, to be honest, right? And it's a funny thing because with coaching, I say this a lot, like it's not a math problem. It's not like you do X and you get Y, right? There's 1,000 different combinations. So, with this group and the young guys that are all playing, and we still are a very young group, finding our way in the NLL, you've got to balance that, staying positive, staying growth-minded, but also accountability. So you're trying to balance that continuously throughout the game, throughout practice, during the week, video sessions, all that stuff. So, yeah, it's not easy, to be honest.
Coach, before the game, we talked about Carson Moyer's NLL debut with the team tonight. Yeah. What can you say about his game tonight?
I loved it. I thought he was kind of as advertised. We talked about, I don't know if I talked with you guys about it, but I had talked to some people about it, and it's just, he's a little bit like Sam Firth, right? Plays an energy game, goes to hard areas, plays tough, plays with pace, and I think we needed that throughout the course of the game. I thought he did, offense is a funny thing, right? Like you can impact offense without touching the ball. And I think Carson did that on a few sets, right? With his movement and his you create indecision on defense, it opens up other lanes, it engages slides, it does things like that. So I thought he had a great debut, and I thought he did what we needed him to do.
And on vice versa, Blake McDonald as well, he played his first game with you guys tonight. What can you say about his performance?
What I can say is I saw him make a few good plays, and I didn't notice a lot of on the negative side of the ledger. And when you're evaluating a D guy, when they have a quiet game, that's usually a good thing. So I thought overall he played well. Didn't really notice hiccups on the back end, and he actually made a couple of nice plays where he knocked some balls down, intercepted some balls. So I thought it was a good start for him.
When we talked about it pre-game where you were missing some key defensive pieces, including your captain on the floor. Mm-hmm. What can you say then about the defensive effort and the effort by Doug Jamieson in that fourth quarter?
Well, it's been key, right? And it is, we're missing 3 very good players on our back end, which impacts you. But it also, defense is a little bit of synchronicity where they are understanding movement patterns and what guys are doing and stuff like that. So when you disrupt that with that many players, there's more indecision, there's more, hesitation, there's all those things that happen on the back end. So, we were able to navigate it, and when it did break down, Dougie had some 5-bell saves and was really good. So, and that's why he's one of the best in the game.
Yeah, Coach, lower scoring first quarter. What can you say about your group not getting flustered, kind of just not allowing the game to get out of hand when the offense wasn't going the way you wanted to early?
Yeah, it's easy to talk, right? And it's easy for me to say, stay present, focus on the small things, stay consistent, do all that stuff. But, I've been on that floor when you're getting bloodied and you're getting battered and things aren't going your way. It takes a certain amount of mental toughness to continue to do that over the course of 60 minutes because it's a mean game. And when things aren't going your way, it is a meaner game. So I was proud of how they just stayed the course, stayed composed, stayed current. Didn't get down on themselves, and it was a good game, and against a very good opponent. Like Colorado is, they're a win now team. Like they're one of the elite teams in the league. So that was a real big win.
Coach, you talked about Alex Simmons earlier. One person you didn't mention was Ethan Walker. He had 2 goals and 6 assists for 8 points tonight. He had his 200th career point. What can you say about him? He continues to lead this offense. Yeah,
and Ethan is, he's kind of the veteran of that group 3 years into the league, right? Which sounds kind of crazy to say, but the thing I like about Ethan is, and you're going to talk to Alex soon too, is he's a very good, professional mentor for these guys. He's serious about his craft. He plays hard, and his pace of play and compete level. When you have your offensive leader, one of your captains playing like that, that is infectious, and guys want to deliver for him. So, I love Ethan's game. I love what he brings. I love his composure. I love his compete. And yeah, it's nice when he gets rewarded. I didn't realize he had 2 and 6. Oh my God.
When you went to the Rusty Nail for your birthday, did you finish all of the wings?
No, I could not. I called the guys in market. I needed help, but they weren't available, so it was just my wife and I. And actually, I think I brought my daughter too. And 55 wings is a lot of wings, so we couldn't get through them. I left some on the table, that's for sure.
And then just finally for me, when you look at this weekend in the NLL, Rochester wins in Halifax.
I didn't even know what the results were.
Toronto just won.
Oh, they did, eh? Wow,
yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously you guys beat Colorado.
Yeah.
Ottawa and Vancouver. Ottawa beats Vancouver. It was one of those weekends where it seemed that things are evening itself out.
Mm-hmm.
Does this feel like this is how it's going to be the rest of the season in this league?
The NLL is always like that. It's a difficult league to run away in a game. It's a difficult league to run away in a season. So it is, it usually comes back to the middle, right? We saw that last year with all those pushes those teams made. I think we had 5 teams at 8 and 10 at the end of the year, and gets into the tiebreakers, playoffs to get in. We've seen, I think when Colorado won the whole thing, they got in the playoffs like on the last weekend or something like that. So yeah, it is a crazy league. I think it's more unique than any other pro sports league where it is, good luck being on a betting line or something like that, right? Like you just can't, it's very difficult because everything's so close and the margins are so tight, and little swings can make a big difference.
Well, last I checked, Buffalo had scored 17 on Philadelphia, so.
Oh, wow. However, Philadelphia was making that comeback.
They were.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I was just focused on ours, so I don't know what's going on.